Hi, I'm Erin with Body of Light Studio. Thanks for joining today. I am consistently getting requests from my golf clients for hip exercises they can do to open up their hips, stretch their hips pre and post game. So one of my favorite exercises we'll do first seated on the ground, and if this is limiting for you, if this doesn't feel great for your knees or your ankles or even your hips, then I'm going to give you some options to modify. So end game, arms are stretched out, maybe forward, and you're just going to rotate from side to side to open up the hips. You can lean back a little bit here, but ultimately you're wanting to keep the spine pretty vertical as you turn side to side. And then once you turn, you can turn your hands down, add some spinal rotation. Inhale as the knees come up through center, and you'll exhale as the knees drop and you twist. So you can either continue moving like that. If that doesn't feel great on your body, you can lean back on your hands and do the same thing. When you're leaning back, you want to keep the spine really long so you're not dropping into the shoulders here. You're lifting up out of the shoulder girdle as you windshield wiper the knees side to side. And if that doesn't work for you, I also like this variation where you're sitting on a bench. This is also great because you can do this pretty inconspicuously on the course. And you'll just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Here, you can even turn all the way around, come up to kneeling and press down into that supporting knee, and then sit down on the bench again, turn the other way, press down into the supporting knee, maybe even start to lunge the pelvis forward. And you'll just keep going side to side like that. Let's go back to our first version, and I'll show you an additional piece to strengthen the hips. So your arms are outstretched, or maybe you're leaning back on your hands on the floor. You're gonna windshield wiper arms side to side, or windshield wiper the legs side to side, and then at the end, you'll come up into this pressed pelvis position. So you're pressing down through your knees, you're lifting your pelvis up off of the femurs, and you're trying to keep your hips right over the knees. And then you control the pelvis down to the ground, you windshield wiper the knees the other way, you lift up to stand on your knees are pressing down, pelvis is lifting up. Inhale as you sit down, you'll windshield wiper knees to the other side, exhale to press up. Inhale to sit down, head the other way, exhale to press up. Let's just do that one more time each side. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling to lower and exhaling to press up. All right, now that you've stretched your hips, you can stop there. But if you want to do just a little bit of strength work, we'll do a couple quick exercises here. So hands on your hips. Oh, I need to adjust my camera angle so you can see my head. There we go. All right, so you're gonna have your hands on your hips, or you can rest them on a foam roller or a chair. Take your left leg back behind you. You're standing on your right foot, and you'll hinge over your right femur. So the pelvis is rolling over the right femur. You'll open up your left hip. So it's almost like you're between two panes of glass here, one at the back, one at the front. Rotate the pelvis over the right femur again and stand up. And you'll want to do that like 5 to 10 times each side. So as you rotate your pelvis over the femur, you want to keep both ACEs, both hip points, parallel to the ground. So you're not opening yet. And then once your top leg is parallel to the ground, you rotate the top pelvic half open, derotate, pelvis faces the ground again, and then tap your left toes down. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhaling to roll the pelvis over the top of the femur, grow down through the floor with your right leg, your standing leg, reach your left heel and head away from one another, and then rotate over the top of your right femur, and derotate, and you stand up. Inhaling to hinge, and exhale to rotate. That's the tricky part for me. De-rotate, and you'll stand. We'll do that one more time, hinging. Try to get the foot as high as your pelvis, head as low as your pelvis, and then you rotate. It's a little easier for balance if you look at something that's not moving, but I like to challenge the balance and turn the gaze with the pelvis. And then you de-rotate and you stand up. Let's switch sides. So this is definitely my harder side. We'll see how this goes. Standing on your left leg, you're gonna tap your right toes down to the ground behind you, and you'll hinge at the left hip, rotating the pelvis over your left femur. Rotate, opening the right pelvic half over the left, reaching the head away from your foot. De-rotate and stand up. Using your core, drawing the navel in, reaching your tailbone back to your back foot, the head away from that top foot, and then as you rotate, test your balance, turn your gaze. You can have your hand holding something for balance if you need it. De-rotate and stand up. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale. Try to get the foot as high as your pelvis, head as low as the pelvis, and rotate left pelvic half over the right. Use all of your toes, your left toes on the ground. De-rotate and stand up. Take a breath in. Exhale to hinge. Rotating right pelvic half to stack. Try to get the pelvis all the way over, the right pelvis all the way over the left. And then de-rotate, gaze turns down, stand up. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, and then exhale to hinge. Rotate, and de-rotate, and come back up. All right, shake your legs out. My calves get a little tired. That's okay though, that's all the small muscles in your feet and your calves working to help you balance. Thanks for joining today. Have a great game. Bye.